one, how do you price your products? Maybe you can start now with Przemyslav.
Very, very simple. I have a golden triangle rule, so all three parts have to be happy. Customer, the client, so the distributor, and me.
Okay.
So it's impossible to be on the market in long term if there is no this golden rule, because you have to deliver all of them good business.
So there's no holy grail at all?
No.
Okay, Krzysztof?
Let me say something more controversial.
That's what I was waiting for.
It will not be only related to the pension products, but products, also structured products in general. I think that for pricing philosophy or approach, it's very important to discuss the two issues. The first, regulatory limits on costs, because there are some countries, for example UK, for long-term pension products, or Ireland with personal retirement savings account, which is a special individual products for retirement savings, where there are limits for costs charging clients, so limits for upfront fees, limits for management fees. So the question is whether the Polish market in various products is prepared for such discussion. And the second controversial, even more controversial topic is to regulate the relation between client, customer, and distributor. Because, of course, in Poland we are in very special place in this relation, because all our services are free of charge for clients, which is absolutely not true. And this is the question: how long we can say something like that to the clients, and how long they will still believe that that's true. So the question is whether we are prepared for example, for commission disclosure, or for regulatory limit on any kind of fees paid by product providers to the distributors, because there are some countries in Europe, and discussion already started or is continued, that where there is no possible to get any kind of remuneration from the provider. The only remuneration fee is paid by the final client. Of course, this is the question whether the Polish let's say individual client or retail client is able to pay for such services for products. But this is probably two issues or two questions or two challenges we will face in the near future. I mean, not next year, but 5 years definitely.
Okay, I just want to mention that you are encouraged to ask questions to our distinguished guests. So if you have any questions, please raise your hands. I'm prepared also for another question, so there's no problem at all. But if you want to ask something, please just raise your hand. Okay.
I
want to add something to
that. To comment. Just in Poland we have one product that is regulated. The fees are regulated, in fact, because it is very strictly regulated. It is IKE and IGZE, yes, and it is one of the products that have a very huge difference between the reasons of having, and we all agree that it is a very important product, and it will be very nice that every retail client in Poland has such product, because it is regular savings for their autumn of life. Beautiful. And in fact, almost no one has. So it's when the regulations are so strict that this golden triangle means that the only winner is customer. Maybe sometimes also, for example, one of the two that left. So sometimes distributor, sometimes wrapper, like manager of the funds that will live on I don't know 20-30 bips of management fee. But in fact, no one is interested in such products.
Right. Jean-Marc, maybe? do you want to add something to that?
We are a manufacturer of structural products, so the way we price it is we make sure that we make a profit. That's what the regulator asks us to do. That's not much. I mean, there are many ways to make the product cheaper. I will mention later. I think there's a question about that. But at the end of the day, we have to make a profit. So we're not selling something at the same price we build it by definition. But the competition is a way to make sure that we are in line with the market, and usually we are in competition.
Okay, Tomasz, you want to add something to that? Very shortly, because I have the final question.
I mean, on the retail side, I think there is some positive development with MiFID, for example. Okay, I mean, the first is the transparency, so you disclosure of fees. So for some of the products, you have to disclose the fees, and I think this is the first step how to make the products much more transparent and make client aware what are the distributor fees involved. Obviously, there are quite some products which are not under MiFID, in life insurance products in general, but I think we are going in the direction when even this type of products will be much more regulated in the future. On the other hand, okay, I'm also option provider. I'm option provider, so I sell.
Discuss.
Just to add on to what you said, it's important because MiFID now tends to force you. I mean, we are big in fund derivatives, so the funds used to pay retrocession to the networks. Now the way it works is we as a bank, the retrocession from the funds, and then we pay the distributor. So it's much more transparent, and this tends to be the case in all the countries we work in Europe now. It's a big change. Yeah.